A dear friend of mine left me a comment earlier today, and out of respect for her, I won't say her name, but it rhymes with Lassie and it starts with a C. She left me a comment. She was sort of having a moment, thinking about my 611 tallies. And she was thinking, 611. 611 tallies. She's really having a moment. Maybe excited about having a potential breakthrough. Some realizations on her part. I'll stop there because, for one thing, she stopped there. I don't know. I'm clueless. Keep me posted, Lassie. I'm curious about what all's going on in that noggin of yours. Here is my response. First of all, I said, good job. You're expressing. She expressed she wasn't even exactly sure what her thoughts were about that, but just sort of stunned, bumfuzzled, dumbfounded. I don't know. I want to be careful with words like that because for one thing, I don't know exactly what they mean. And also if I start putting lots of odd syllables together, it could really come out not so great. Let's say stunned. Stunned, 611. And that is hard data. 611 times that I have fled temptation. 1 Corinthians 10:13, no temptation. We will experience no temptation except what is common to man. That we're not experiencing anything that's unique to us. And certainly not anything that Jesus didn't experience himself. I don't know if he struggled with sugar, flour, and binging, but I seriously doubt it. He struggled with temptation for sure. 1 Corinthians 10:13, God tells us he will not let us bear more than we can handle. He won't let the temptation get greater than what we can handle, and he'll always give us a way out. We cannot get out if we don't realize that we're somewhere we need to get out of. So I tell you all, let's stay awake and aware. The enemy's real. John 10:10, he comes to kill, steal, and destroy. I was just talking to Jill about this morning. He comes to kill, steal, and destroy, and especially our perspective. I'm going to talk about that on tonight's video, where I realized the enemy was tempting me into looking behind me at my journey and looking at it through a very negative lens. No, thank you. All that got me here, and I'm so grateful to be here. The definition of misery is wanting to be anywhere other than you are. I want to be right here with you, right at this point on my journey. Some people think God is not going to give us more than we can handle. That's not scripture. That is actually a misinterpretation of 1 Corinthians 10:13. He doesn't say he's not going to give us more than we can handle. He says he's not going to allow the temptation to become more than we can bear. He gives us way more than we can handle, and that's by design so that we can't take the credit. It's obviously him. I tell people what all I get done every day. They say, how do you do it? I say, with a lot of help and by the grace of God. But the truth is, it's not a balancing act. God's given me way more than I can handle. So I find comfort in being confident in him, not me. I trust he'll handle it. He doesn't call the equipped. He equips the called. If he's calling you into some type of ministry that might seem terrifying, join the crowd. In fact, there's a heck of a crowd in the Bible. The Bible is full of people that were flawed. In fact, there's only one person in the Bible that wasn't. Jesus. Lassie, this is what I told my friend Lassie. Number one, look at you. Doing so awesome. Expressing, not ingesting, getting all that out, sharing that you don't know what's going on, but maybe a breakthrough is about to take place, because that's hard data. 611 times I fled temptation. 612, I just added one. Notice I'm keeping a record of rights. I only know it's 611 because I've given out 6 gifts now. 2 to me, 2 to a friend, and 2 to my kids. Or 2 to friends. I'm not keeping a record of wrongs. Why? That'd be a long bummer of a list. God forgives me, I forgive myself. Here's what I told my friend Lassie. Life is a process, and it's a lot to process. Yes, that's hard data. And the data proves that to get where we're going, we don't get there all at once. We don't. We don't decide to go somewhere and then we're there. We decide to go somewhere. We discern. I've been using the word discern instead of decide. God's got it all figured out. We don't have to. We discern that this is where He wants us to go. That doesn't teleport us there. That begins the process of getting there. I recently took my kids to the safari, the drive-through safari. There was loads, I guarantee you thousands, of thought processes and steps and lots of discerning to go from the moment, and I can tell you what it was, that we saw a billboard out here in front of our house for this place. That was the moment. That was the spark. That was the moment it began. And from there, I tell my kids, be aware that the planning and the preparation is also part of the fun. Then we get a whole lot more out of the whole experience. The fun didn't start when I paid the ticket and we drove through the gate. The fun started when we started thinking about it and we had the idea. Believe it or not, we're having fun. This is fun, people. This is fun. The fun's not going to start when you zip up that tiny pair of jeans. Let's go ahead and enjoy the process. But it doesn't happen all at once. We don't teleport to where we need to get, where we want to go. And we wouldn't want to do that anyways, because we'd get there we'd find ourselves ill prepared. Florissa Bell was asking me yesterday if I had to adjust or if I struggled with my new identity in my Bible. In my body. In my Bible. In my body. I made a whole video about that. In some ways, I did struggle. Not with my new identity, because years ago I stopped identifying with my body. I am not my body. But I definitely struggled with some practical stuff about finding myself in a very different body than I was not long ago. Had I been teleported to this size, had I woken up, we all say, oh, I'd love to wake up tomorrow in a smaller body. I guarantee you if you did, it would freak you out and you would not be mentally prepared to be there because you had not traveled there. Let's continue. We don't get there all at once. The journey is the culmination of literally millions of decisions. Studies have shown that we make hundreds, if not thousands, of decisions every single day. It's not what am I going to have for lunch. It's what and when and how much and this or that or this. Every single meal we make is lots and lots of decisions, which is why Susan Pierce Thompson says, figure that out the night before. And I highly recommend that. I did that. I absolutely did that every single night for about a year, at least a year, if not a year and a half. Or start a YouTube channel and show everyone you eat. That helps. Show everyone what you eat. Not show everyone you eat. That'd be way too much protein. So many decisions. I'm kidding. I would never. Let's get back to this. So many decisions every day. Hundreds, if not thousands. I'm making loads. Our brains are capable of doing like constant calculus. I'm making loads of decisions right now making this video. Do I say this? Do I not say that? Lighting. If you really break it down, we're making lots and lots of decisions. Yes, we have giant pivotal moments in our lives. Times where we were at a fork in the road and we'll likely always remember which path we took. Pivotal moments where you, after much prayer and consideration, decided to do something, let's say something big. I think Dr. Phil says we each have about 7 of these big pivotal moments. Well, we have 7 million of itty bitty ones throughout the day. We come to hundreds of forks in the road daily where we make decisions that impact our trajectory, even if it's if it's not 5 or 6 degrees, like some of these bigger decisions, it might be 0.000005 degrees, but that's not zero. That's ever so slightly changing our trajectory of our day, of our minute, of our hour, of our day. Decisions we not only won't remember, but decisions we likely won't even realize we made. 611 times I consciously chose to head in the right direction. Consciously. I was aware of it. It's mind-boggling to think of all the times I veered left or right without realizing it. Awake and aware, we're traveling and we need surrender support and strategies to get where we're wanting to go. And it's not just towards skinny. Life is a process. Let's process it together. And this is a journey. Let's travel together. I love you all dearly. We'll talk again soon. Bye.